Would everyone please stand for the playing of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I call on Khaled Soliman, President of the Clifton Chapter of the National Honor Society, who will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening.
Parents, friends, inductees, and honored guests, I would like to welcome you to the 2017 induction ceremony of the Clifton chapter of the National Honor Society. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests seated on the stage. Mr. James Daly, Commissioner representing the Clifton Board of Education. Mr. Richard Tardallo. Mr. Richard Tardallo, Superintendent of Schools. And Mr. Anthony Orlando, Principal of Clifton High School. We would also like to recognize the Clifton Board of Education Commissioners, President Gary Pasensi, Vice President Arlena Gresti, Fahim Abdurrabbo, Safari Anderson, Judith Basford, Lucy Danny, Lawrence Graso, and Rosemary Pino. Membership in the National Honor Society is based on 4 criteria: character, leadership, scholarship, and service. We will now hear speeches on each of these characteristics. First, we will hear from Patrick Burry, who will speak on character. Patrick?
Hello, inductees, and congratulations on your nomination to the National Honor Society. One of the reasons you were chosen to be here tonight is your demonstration of good character throughout your daily lives and actions. Simply put, a person's character is defined as the mental and moral qualities that make up and distinguish an individual from others. A person's character is not only shown in the classroom, nor is it only shown on the field. Our true character is shown in all aspects of our lives. You'll be surprised to find out just how many qualities there are that define one's character. People with strong character demonstrate respect towards their peers and listen to the ideas they have to offer instead of judging them because of their views. People with strong character demonstrate responsibility in their actions and take the blame when their actions fail instead of blaming others around them. People with strong character demonstrate trustworthiness and can always be relied on to complete a task or keep a promise, no matter how difficult the task. Last, but certainly not least, people with strong character demonstrate model citizenship by following the rules of society and doing their part to make their school, community, and world a better place for others. These qualities, which all of you in front of me have demonstrated both inside and outside the classroom, define your character. And so I hope that you continue to show these qualities for the rest of your academic careers and beyond, because the truth of your character is expressed through the choice of your actions. Congratulations and good luck in wherever your character leads you. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Stephanie Arroyo will now speak on leadership. Stephanie?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie Arroyo, and I'm a member of the 2016 National Honor Society Induction. First off, I would like to congratulate all of the 2017 inductees of the Clifton chapter of the National Honor Society. You are all great examples of what it means to be a leader. Being a leader means to create a path to be successful through all of the rough patches. You have all worked extremely hard to get to this point, and this is only the beginning. You should all be very proud of yourselves, and remember to always look forward. By looking forward, you are one step closer to achieving your hopes and dreams. Remember to keep your heads up high, and when life knocks you down, you get right back up. Congratulations again, and I hope to see all of you continue to work hard and be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yusuf Gaber, this year's valedictorian, will now address us on scholarship. Yusuf?
The first thing I think about when I hear the word scholarship is money. I think about grants that colleges and universities offer students to attend based on merit and other qualifications students earn during high school. And whether it is for excellence in academics, athletics, or strength in character, through community service, the scholarship grants you receive are well deserved. However, this is not the scholarship I am talking about. The true definition of scholarship is, and I quote, academic study or achievement, or learning of a high level. That's from Google. It is a measure of the desire to seek top-tier education. Scholarship isn't merely about getting good grades. It is about having a devotion to learning. It is about testing the boundaries of knowledge and always looking to explore further. Students that exhibit this passion are the ones that finish beyond the rest, that stand up from the crowd, that go on to be leading figures in their fields. Those that look past the numerical grade attached to each class for the content learned and become the most prominent doctors, engineers, chemists, psychologists, mathematicians, historians, and world leaders. Don't give up if you don't get accepted to the school of your choice, because if you follow your dreams with the enthusiasm you have always had for it, where you go will make a difference. That is the essence of scholarship, of maintaining your passion for education despite whatever boundaries stand in your way. As long as you don't let the fire inside of you die, you will be able to achieve anything. Congratulations to everyone for being selected into the National Honor Society, and good luck to whatever comes to you next. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusuf. We will now hear from James Flynn, president of the Key Club, who will speak on service. James?
Good evening, inductees. Service means helping someone in need, a community, charities, and even friends who live within our city. Not everyone will admit that they need or want help, but that doesn't mean volunteers or workers stop their work. Someone needs to be there to help and accomplish goals that benefit many people. A community needs willing participants to help improve a city or town. Charities work tirelessly to achieve what others cannot. An elderly neighbor may just need a hand to cross the street. There are so many situations where the value of service and the people who participate are needed. An example of exemplary volunteer work in our own school is the Clifton Recreation Department and their association with this high school's Key Club. The events are put together with many willing hands. Their service helps parents, down-on-their-luck citizens, and the youth of the community. Many benefit from the goodness of others. Without the service and time donated by volunteers, numerous fun activities and useful programs would never exist. The community would be less harmonious and amiable. Service benefits volunteers just as much as it benefits those they serve because, as Mahatma Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Knowing the value of service is an important part of volunteer work. and its advantages. Knowing and deserving go hand in hand with integrity. The integrity of a student or volunteer is the main component of what drives volunteering programs to success. Without the urge to do more in the community, we would be at a loss. Thankfully, we have people who are willing to excel and help those in need. That's why you all deserve acknowledgement. This is also why service is an essential part to becoming a member of National Honor Society. As service not only shows a noble and altruistic side of students, but it also shows a commitment to self-improvement and self-discovery. So thank you for all your service and enjoy your well-deserved acknowledgement.
At this time, I would like to call on Mr. James Daly, Commissioner of the Board of Education, who will address the inductees. Mr. Daly?
Thank you very much. Again, welcome to all those parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Orlando and Mr. Tardallo and your administrators here that do such a fine job. And of course, congratulations to all the inductees here. It's a great night for you, and it's a great night for those of us in the Clifton school system. We're all very proud of you. I got a call late yesterday from Mr. Tardallo. He says, what are you doing tomorrow night? And I was kind of planning on coming here anyhow, but he said Mr. Vicente couldn't make it because of some personal issues he needed to take care of, and would you get up and say a few words? And I said, sure, and what I traditionally do, I take a little time and prepare myself, but my schedule between last night and today didn't give me that opportunity. But I decided to just kind of impart a little bit of a thought to you. I'm a product of the 60s, and you've just heard all the pronunciations of and espousing of character and service. And if you listen closely to what those are, they're really all joined together. And it's all about how we serve each other and better yourself and make the community around you better. Being a product of the 60s, I'm very much on the service and citizenship kick because when I was small and very young, we had President Kennedy, and one of his most famous lines, it's been repeated thousands and thousands of times, but it has still meaning every time I hear it. Don't ask what your country could do for you, but what you can do for your country. And that's all about service and citizenry and your responsibility as a person. I believe we all have a responsibility to one another. So when I grew up in the 60s, there was a real sea change in the way culture happened. From when I started high school, from when I left high school, culture had went from one spectrum to the other. It was probably the biggest cultural change in the United States that's happened in the history of the country. And it was very interesting and very challenging. You folks also, every generation has a challenge. Also, when I was young, we started the space race. And of course, some of you may have seen Apollo 13. I'm sure you saw about the space program back in the 60s and the 70s. And the computer systems in that day were kind of big and bulky. And now we've come to this device here. And this device probably has 3 times the power that was what was ever in the Apollo spacecraft. So it shows how far we come. But my point here tonight is, despite our technology advancements, how do we react that as citizens and part of the community? This is a great device. You can do all kinds of things with this. But one of the things that's a challenge to all us as citizens and fellow human beings in the community, there's also an aspect of this is everybody can get on somebody else's back and say things here with the press of a thumb without thinking. And what I'm throwing out to you and asking you to consider both the inductees as you grow as adults and your life experiences, take more time before you jump into something. It's very important that you consider what the repercussions you are when you do things like this, as well as somebody who's inventing something. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes intelligence, it takes community. So as you go forward in your lives, think of your responsibilities as citizens as a whole and use your talents. You've been given great talents. Harvest those talents to the best of your ability. And I congratulate each and every one of you and wish you all the best in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Daly. I now call on Mr. Richard Sardello, Superintendent of Schools, who will now address the inductees. Mr. Sardello.
It's always a pleasure to come to Clifton High School. Good evening, parents, board members, CHS faculty, award recipients, and special guests. Gives me great pride to be here tonight to honor the best and brightest as they are inducted into the National Honor Society this evening. The students being honored here tonight, they know, they've been planning already. They've been working, thinking, and learning. They do it every day. They set their goals. They work to reach their goals, which they set for themselves. They even occasionally may make a mistake, but they learn from their mistakes because they persevere and they work harder, and if they come in front of any complications, they work through them. They work with other students. They work with the staff. They do what needs to be done. That's why they're sitting here tonight. But they have not done this alone, not without the help of parents, the CHS faculty, and other significant adults. And Clifton is known as a city where we help each other, and they have already been doing that. Part of service is to reach out and help others. Our honor students eventually many times go out and read and help at the middle school and the elementary schools and they provide role models for those students as well by showing them what is the right thing to do. But I would like to take a moment to thank all those individuals for their support and encouragement who support us, because as Mr. Daly said clearly, it's really a community. We all have to work together, and we all have to be connected as human beings, touching, talking to each other, not just electronically. As Mr. Daly pointed out so accurately, it's important that we really make those connections and do the right thing and the real thing on a regular basis. You've continued to achieve. Life will continue to present you with challenges and an occasional failure, but you remember and continue to learn and get over those obstacles, and you'll continue to pursue your dreams because you're all hard workers and you have your family and your community behind you. Just remember, we hope that in the future sometime you will come back and give back to the community, whether it be Clifton or if you decide to go somewhere else in the world or in the United States, which many people are doing. Wherever you live, you'll be a part of that community, supporting the other folks in that community and making sure and reaching out to those who are not as successful as you or those that have less than you to lift them up. When Mr. Daly talks about the 60s, it reminds me that we were always reaching out to help others. That was always one of our goals, and I hope you continue to do that. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success to all of our Honor Society inductees, and thanks to all of you, the community of Clifton, for all that you do for our schools and for our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sardello. At this time, you can relax and enjoy a musical interlude provided by the Mustang Band. Thank you, Mustang Man. I would now like to call on Mr. Orlando, Principal of Clifton High School, who will address the inductees and then administer the National Honor Society oath.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start by just congratulating the students who have achieved this award. It's just a tremendous honor. You've worked really hard, and you deserve this accolade. Also, I'd like to thank all of you in the audience, parents, relatives, and friends who supported these students along the way. I am sure that they appreciate it, and I really hope, students, that you will take the time to thank them for the support that they have given you. This is a great school. I've loved being in this district for so long and being here at Clifton High School. There's so many great things that happen, and this is just one of the examples of all the great things that happen here, and it's just really nice to be able to honor these students for their achievements. So at this time, I'd like the students to stand. And please raise your right hand as I administer the National Honor Society oath. Repeat after me. I state your name. All right, you did that okay. That was good. Pledge to maintain my high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy and untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Orlando. At this time, I call on Yash Prajapati, Vice President of the National Honor Society, who will help me introduce the individual candidates. Yash? Please hold all applause until the end. Bilal Ajar, Mahmoud Ajaj, Chloe Albana, Ulexi Ariaga, Stephanie Ayala, Celine Benya, Jaylene Brown, Lauren Brown, Tahmeen Shidad, Jacobs Siberia, Max Max Dubak, Anthony Fiore, Rebecca Friedman, Carleone Gonzalez, Maria Gonzalez, Mariah Gonzalez, I'm so sorry, Santiago Guran, Karam Holland, Iman Hamdan, Dante Hatcher, Jared Jankowski, Alexander Janowski, Kristen Kakasik, Nur Kali, Anton Conrad, Nicole Cosmedier, Priyanka Kanadia, Katie Lee, Megan Mancini, Zachary Mancuso, Devon Chi Mehta, Keyshawn Mehta, Mackenzie Miller, Afsana Mystery, Shania Moncada, Alexa Malinej, Mohammed Mutamar, Janice Owafsa,
Avni Parikh, Visha Patel, Christopher Peltishin, Gabrielle Popichuk, Faith Popowich, Jonathan Rado, Judney Rana, Jenna Rana, Nurali Rana, Abrar Rawashta, Julissa Rodriguez, Emily Oro, Michelle Zechik, Kevin Scorzelio, Carmina Senison, Giselle Sekera, Janae Shah, Riddhi Shah, Allison Sylveston, Alexis Southway, Stelani Spiropoulos, Stanislava Stancheva, Antonius Stathopoulos, Amanda Stetz, Madison Surgeon, Jacob Shisheshna, Magdalena Shevchik, Keyshawn Trivedi, Pablo Valdez, Madison Veras, Oleg Varushuk, Polina Walika, Chloe Williams, Takashi Iwasa, Antoinette Arce, Saray Igoon, Michael Cardone, James Murdoch, Catherine Polsky, Zainab Rana, Amanda Richards, Jason Rivera, Larissa Rodriguez, Natasha Santana, Mohini Savalia, Adriana Slottage, Jade Stephanie, Matthew Van Zolen, Christian Velez, Carolina Wilk, Kyan Yusuf,
The Clifton chapter of the National Honor Society The Clifton chapter of the National Honor Society would like to extend our thanks to the following for all of their help in making this night possible. AVA, Mustang Band, Anna Damiano, Ramona Halleck, Charles Holland, Jeff Horn, Thomas Kewen, Deborah Sauter, Barbara Shanley, Brian Stepneski, and Brenda Zangrendo. We would like to thank all of the parents, friends, and staff and administration for sharing this induction ceremony with us. Would everyone please stand?